This presentation is about Bubbln, a tool that integrates AI into network automation. Imagine John given the task to, implement a change on this very large network that contains about 18 service provider routers and 50 customer routers. That's a very large one. Now, John has two options. The first is to, use the traditional approach whereby it needs to log into each of the routers one after the other and then implement several lines of codes just to implement this change. The challenge with this is that it is error prone, monotonous, and then time consuming. And that is why automation frameworks just like Ansible, Chef, and Puppet were developed. And these have done very fantastic job in eliminating human errors and ensuring faster implementation. However, they come with some challenges. First is that network engineers need to take their time to learn how these tools work. And even after they have done that, they are still actively involved in the process of developing these automation scripts, which can result in syntax errors. And that is why we decided to develop this tool called Bubbln that integrates AI into the automation process, whereby AI is utilized to generate the automation scripts, and in this case Ansible playbooks. So we'll be using Bubbln to deploy this network that we have at the bottom here, and over here are the different routers that are on the network, and we can see the configurations that are currently on them, which allows Bubbln to have access to them. Just the basic configurations are on them. So now we already have Bubbln in Docker container already, and then we'll just go ahead and start the application. So the first thing is we're going to put our API key, and then next we'll need to input information about SSH, and once that is done, begin to configure the router. So we'll just configure just one interfaces to make things really fast. So 10 process ID 1, number of networks to advertise on router 1 is 3. The first thing is 172.168.1.17/24. Second is variation years. Okay, so please wait while the playbook is being generated. So right now, using the parameters that we imputed, Bubbln has been able to compose a prompt which it sent down to ChatGPT to generate a playbook. That playbook has been generated over here, and then we can see the automatic execution of the playbook on router 1 here. So now the prompts for second router has been sent over to ChatGPT to generate the second playbook, which is done here now, and then configuration has started. And as you can see, the logs for configuration will soon begin to appear on router 2 here now. So configuration of OSPF has begun, and we can see the logs of activities here. And right now the playbook for router 3 is being generated at the moment, and once that is done, the logs for the configuration will begin to appear here. So the router 3's playbook has been generated, as we can see over here, and configuration has started over here as well. So now this has taken us just about 203 seconds. Between router 1 and router 2, we can see that the interfaces are up, and then we're just waiting for OSPF to come up. And on router 3 as well, configuration has been done. If we check show IP interface brief now, we can see that the loopback interface has been configured. Similarly, now for between router 2 and router 1, we can see that OSPF adjacency has been established as well. Between router 3 and router 2, we can see that's done as well. So at this point, if we come over here to do show IP route to check the what's called topology table, we can see that router 1 is able to reach the network on router 2 at the moment. But if we check again, All right, so it can now reach the networks on both router 2 and router 3. Similarly, if we do the same thing on router 3, okay, so we can see that router 3 is able to reach the networks on router 1 and router 2. Thank you so much. In conclusion, Bubbln has the potential to revolutionize how networks are being deployed, improving network engineers' productivity, deployment efficiency, and ensuring a faster time to production.